you on the business too. I want to ask you on the real.
Yeah,
what was that one moment that almost took you out?
Every
day. We have them every day as entrepreneurs, right? And we come here. It's hard for us to celebrate our wins. I'm so glad what you said just now.
Yeah,
and it's just like, what was that moment that almost took you out? That was like, holy shit! I don't know how to. This was something I didn't foresee. I don't know what is this. How do I do it? And how'd you do it?
Oh yeah, it was May 2019. Almost took me out. There almost wasn't a CultureCon.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, we were the year before. We were at the Knockdown Center, 500 people, and because I hadn't learned, I wasn't satisfied. I was like, next year we're gonna have 3,000 people, and without anyone in production, without anyone's help, I set out to find a venue by myself. I scheduled tours, went to all these big venues, and I found this huge venue in Brooklyn Navy Yard. It's where Beyonce had rehearsed for her Super Bowl. It's a huge empty space. And I was like, we got it. I can see the vision. We're going to do CultureCon here. She gave me a contract. I went home and I signed it. I didn't ask anyone. I didn't ask anyone. I said, I signed it. And I said, because they were like, you better get it. It's going fast. I signed it.
Damn.
And the next day, I thought, you know what? I should have taken an event planner with me because. So I called my friend. I'm like, oh, hey, do you have some time on Friday? Can we go to this venue? And she's like, yeah, no problem. So we go to this venue. I'm like, isn't it great? Isn't it beautiful? Like, CultureCon's going to be so great here. She was like, Imani. I go, what? She goes, where are the bathrooms?
Shit.
Imani, there's no air conditioning in here. Imani, there's no chairs. It's an empty box. She said the only thing that would be harder for a festival would be if you did it outside. I said, wait, but it's got to come with the building. I'm sure all of that comes with the building. Baby, I looked at that contract.
Nothing. Oh, shit.
So pretty much what she said to you, Imani, without saying it to you in this language, is what she.
Biggs, you gone too far now, man.
You've gotten way too far, Biggs.
Way too far, Imani. Too far.
And you know what? You know what that little voice inside of me said? That always says it, when it's ready, it's ready. It was like, oh, you did it now. You flew way too close to the sun. You got little, baby, it's over. It's over. And I thought, again, I still had a full-time job. And so I'm trying to juggle realizing that I have now signed on for a venue that's 4 times the amount of the last venue. And already that's stretching me. And I did not even account for the fact that it did not have any of the other things that come in a normal building. And I was so sick that summer. It was hot. I was cold. I had goosebumps every day. I was so stressed. Have you ever been so stressed out that you're just cold? Mm-hmm. It's like you can't even feel what the temperature is. I was so stressed out. I remember going to 14th Street, Union Square Park, and just crying crying on the steps. And the way that the story ends is that we ended up having a partner come in and become our presenting partner. HBO became our presenting partner. But I didn't know that when I signed the contract. I didn't know that. I didn't know where it was. I didn't know.
That's wow.
I didn't know. So I really want to go back and just hug her because that was a really rough summer.
That's crazy. Oh my goodness.
Wow. I went to that CultureCon, so I'm like, wow. So think all that happened behind the scenes. Yeah, that was my first one. That's what got like.
So while we got Imani, what was your experience? Put her on the spot. I'm a good pop.
Honestly, it was like, okay. So at that time, I had like just joined my sorority. So like seeing Black excellence was like very much an awe experience because I went to private schools like my whole life, and I was maybe like one of 3. So to just be the first experience was my sorority being the presence of women, like just Black women. But then going to CultureCon, like being experienced like Black creatives, because I would say that's around the time where I really started getting back into my artistry and like really like getting back into that. So now I'm getting emotional. But like being in that space was really like validating. And that's kind of where like I started like really following you, fell in love with like everything you did and what you stood for, because that was something I was definitely missing. Even though I grew up in New York, like again, I grew up in Long Island. So just having that, not just a community of people, but a community of creatives, because you know, a lot of us, our parents told be doctors, lawyers, nurses, engineers. But to see Black people successfully in the creative field, again, was so validating, was just so amazing. And again, met so many amazing people. So yeah, thank you for what you do. Whew.
Oh,
Yeah, impact over metrics. This
I'm a
is
Pisces, so
oh,
I
thank you.
be crying.
That's so beautiful. I mean, that really is the point. Is I think sometimes you really don't realize how not alone you are, and sometimes I think, especially in the age of social media, it looks like everyone has it figured out, everyone is successful, everyone has a game plan, and I think I wanted us to have a place that was like, baby, this conference almost didn't happen in 2019, right? Like, you need leaders who can say, because it validates that your journey is also going to be tricky, but it's going to be worth it. And so I love hearing that experience just like helped validate, you know, who you are.
A little bit.
Yeah, I have a Pisces stellium, so it's just waterworks everywhere.
Okay, well,
But
I just wanted to ask about her feelings, because your story is you have so many significant achievements that seems like it's being lined up for you. But you still are growing up and moving around peers. Let's talk about this, right? You have this feeling, I can do a thing. I'm meant to do a thing. But maybe the other people around you that you're telling this idea to don't understand your vision. Can you talk about knowing or feeling like what your purpose is, but being around people that maybe don't understand your vision and how you navigate that?
Yeah, my dad at a really young age said that ideas are like babies.
Okay.
That when they're really, really small and still kind of in their infancy phase, you don't go around and pass the baby all around, right? The baby's going to get infected. It's going to get influenced. It's just not ready yet.